Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Ravnica Allegiance Draft here on the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, welcome. Sorry for a little bit late opening into Pack 1. Had some stuff to set up. But regardless, looking at this pack, I think Biogenic Upgrade is the strongest card in this pack, followed by Depose Deploy, followed by Get the Point. So we're going to take the Biogenic Upgrade here, and I'll talk about the pick a little bit more as the thing goes on. But I did have some stuff that I can only set up once the draft itself has started. I wanted to make sure the cards were big enough that you could read and things like that. The reason Biogenic Upgrade is so good is just because when you play it, a lot of the time it just gives you complete board dominance. It's good in Gruul and in Simic, which makes it a very flexible card, and overall it's just quite strong. It's also very flexible because it works in both guilds very well. It's not one of those monocolored cards that's only good in one guild or the other. Perfect. This just needs to be a little bit smaller. Sorry about this. But yeah, that was that pick. I also didn't want to make sure my camera wasn't blocking anything. And now, pretty clear Sorrowform hybrid follow-up. I already took a strong green card. Taking another strong green card that's good in both Gruul and Simic leaves me open to going both directions. Grotesque Demise is a very strong removal spell, but I think Sorrowform hybrid is slightly stronger. Other key cards in this pack, Sentinel's Mark probably comes after those two. It's a very nice combat trick. But yeah, now that I have settled down a little bit, I do want to remind you that if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to get updates for whenever I post new content. I really do appreciate it, and everyone that does that, huge shout out to you folks. Another thing I do want to say is that if you are enjoying Magic Online, if you enjoy Magic Online content, be sure to leave that in the comment section down below. I know there is a good percentage of the population that prefers Magic Online content to Magic Arena. So if you are one of those people, be sure to let me know that as well. Also, let me know the card size. I'm going to be changing these up for sure. We're definitely going to take Sorrowform hybrid here, though. Pretty much, it's like the best green common, and we are only committed to green at this point, so pretty clear pick, in my opinion, here. But yeah, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, thumbs up, all those good things, and I really do appreciate each and everyone who does that. Other cards, Dovin's Acuity has actually grown on me. I thought the card was pretty bad to start with, but I think it's gotten much better for me. We're going to try and figure out what the other color that's open is. Scorchmark and Skitter Eel are kind of two signals. I think Skitter Eel's better, so maybe blue's more open, but we've also seen a couple Gruul Guild Gates. We'll just snag that one. Okay, so Frenzied Errands is a nice signal for Gruul. This is one of the best Gruul cards. It also works nicely with Biogenic Upgrade, though that's not really requirement for our cards because pretty much everything works nicely with Biogenic Upgrade. Skitter Eel is also quite nice, but I think it's worse than Frenzied Errands by a pretty decent margin. And at this point, we're committed to green, so we're just choosing between Gruul and Simic. Rampaging Rentorn is also quite nice, a card that I do enjoy playing, but I'm not sure if that's going to be what we go for here. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not what we're going to go for. We're definitely going for the Frenzied Errands. Spire Mangler is a card that I haven't gotten to play with yet, funnily enough, but I think it's more useful as like a removal spell, like deal 4 damage to an attacking creature type of effect rather than an attacker, because there are a decent number of Afterlife tokens running around. I think we want this to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, let's see how that looks. My camera blocking anything? No, my camera's not blocking anything. Perfect. Okay, this card window thing is the same size as the card, so I'll get rid of that. Okay, so looking at this pack, Aeromunculus is one of the better cards. Definitely a strong card. Ooh, okay, my camera's also... in this configuration, you can actually see the clock, which is cool. Perfect. Aeromunculus is really nice. Definitely a little bit of a signal that Simic might be open, and given that I only have green cards and then one Gruul card at this point, I'm just going to be able to still waffle on which color combination. I could even potentially play like a teamer combination where I play all of the cards, though that's less likely. Definitely going to take the Aeromunculus here. Final Payment is good, but I'm not looking to play Orzhov right now. Growth Spiral's fine, but definitely just going to snag the... Actually, no, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I'm less focused than I normally am because I've been setting all this stuff up. Growth Spiral is definitely not a card I'm happy to play. I think Growth Spiral is pretty unplayable, actually. Yeah, it was just a blue-green card, so yeah, I'm sorry for not being as focused as I normally would be. This pack... Clear the Stage is a card that I do want to talk about, even though it's clearly not the pick here. Clear the Stage is not very good in this format because black and white and red do not have high power creatures, and those are the only combinations that you could play Clear the Stage in. If there was a black-green archetype where you could maybe play like Sorrowform hybrids and maybe get some late game value off of Clear the Stage, then that would be a thing maybe, but it's not. So we're just going to take the Gruul Guild Gate, stick to our green stuff. Even though there's a pretty late Grotesque Demise, I think we've been seeing some decent green stuff. Okay. Now I think we're going to take a Rakdos Guild Gate. If we end up in Gruul and open a Gatebreaker Ram, it's perfectly acceptable to play a off-color gate where you only take one gate, where you play a gate that's just one of your colors. Also, maybe we could splash a Get the Point if we play a more mid-rangey deck. So definitely an option. Thought Collapse is interesting, but I'm not really a huge fan of playing this in Simic decks. 3 mana for a counter is just a little bit too much. Shimmer's only really good if you already have a bomb rare. Or a bomb uncommon or something, and then same with Humongulous. I think Summary Judgment's actually the best card in this pack, but we'll just take a gate here. Also makes our potentially future Gate Colossus better. Here the pick is between Mammoth Spider, Gravelhide Goblin, and Thought Collapse. We already have 2 premium 2-drops, so we don't really need to take a mediocre one in the Gravelhide Goblin, so I think we will just take a Mammoth Spider. It's going to make our deck pretty much guaranteed because we are green, and we haven't really picked our second color yet. We're not really looking to take Archway Angel off of a splash. And a bunch of cards wheeled from this pack. I think Rampaging Rentorn is probably the best one. It is a very strong 5-drop that works well with our that works well with our like kind of beatdownish theme. It's also just a green card, so we can still choose between Simic and Gruul. And yeah, overall, just really liking that. Sagittar's Volley is a card that I would like to have access to in the sideboard, but I'm still just focusing on the main deck right now. And now another Gruul Guild Gate helps out the mana if I ever want to splash, or if I... Yeah, we'll make these bigger. And yeah, I'm just going to take the gate over like a mediocre 4-drop or Slimebind because I'm not even sure if I'm playing blue yet. And having a couple of gates is really nice if I can get a Gatebreaker Ram or a Gate Colossus. And in... if you've playing on Magic Arena a lot, you kind of get used to getting gates pretty much whenever you want, but when you are playing with real people, other people are going to take the gates, and having access to the gates early means that you can take the payoffs later, which I think is quite nice. And now we'll just get another Mammoth Spider. Mammoth Spider is a card that does perform pretty well. Gruul Locket's not the best, but it can see play sometimes, depending on your deck. We do have several 5-drops right now, so going from 3 to 5 might be something we want to do. So let's do that. I think I'm going to tweak the where stuff is a little bit, so I can stack the cards a little bit. And now we get another Rakdos Guild Gate, which is quite nice. Sure, okay. Things are looking good. Sorry about all that confusion earlier. Okay, we'll just take a Carrion Imp. It's the most playable card. We'll see how this pack shows up. Yeah, I apologize for the trickiness. Okay, so this pack is a little bit too zoomed in. Hopefully it's still viewable. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. Yeah, and I can make the camera bigger in the future and stuff too, but okay, perfect. Yeah, I just want to make sure everything's viewable. Okay, perfect. Looking at this pack, Growth Chamber Guardian is really nice. It's a premium 2-drop because the 2-drop that becomes a 4/4, which is just really nice. So just the threat of activation means it can attack unopposed very early and very often. My 2-drops are really good right now. 2 Sorrowform hybrids and a Growth Chamber Guardian will be a really nice 2-drop suite for any deck, even if my deck ends up more mid-rangey. Other than that, this pack is pretty weak. Gore-Clan Wrecker's another card in my colors that I don't mind playing. Like, Gore-Clan Wrecker's fine. Skitter Eel could potentially be in my colors. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm blue or red yet. Maybe I'm just mono green. We're just going to sort by our curve now, though, so that we can get an idea of what we're working with here. Amplifier is actually quite nice in like almost any deck. It's going to be a 4/4 a lot of the time because at the minimum, and sometimes it can be like a 6/6 or a 6/10 or something like that. Flames of the Razebore actually looks pretty good in this deck too, because I have Growth Chamber Guardian. I'm probably playing. It looks like I'm going to be playing Gruul. I might wheel this Steeple Creeper. And this also like gets until the next turn, so it can stay that way for a decent number. So the worst it's going to be is a 4 mana 4/4. It can be a 4 mana 6/10, a 4 mana 8/8, 4 mana 6/6. Flames of the Raised Boar is nice though. It's not nice in every deck, but it's nice in this type of deck because I have a lot of creatures that are going to be big. I think I'm just going to take the Amplifier though. Flames of the Raised Boar is a card that I've gone much lower on because it does take a decent amount of setup, and this card is going to be pretty scary, and it gives me some nice high roll potential, just completely massacring the opponent. Skewer the Critics, strong removal, always happy to take that. Other than that, I'm looking at Gift of Strength. I'm not really seeing any blue cards here that make me want to like move back towards Simic, and Amplifier is a pretty nice card, so is Skewer. So at this point, I'm pretty much Gruul, which I'm pretty happy to be. Gift of Strength might wheel, which would be nice. I'm probably not going to play both Mammoth Spiders, but Skewer is definitely nice. And another Sorrowform hybrid, just what the doctor ordered. We also have 2 Gruul Guild Gates, so our mana for this deck is going to be great. If we open a Gatebreaker Ram, we're going to have 4 gates already. Or if we get past a Gate Colossus or something, which is unlikely, but it could happen. Yeah, and once again, I do want to apologize for all the stuff setting up earlier. I know you don't come to the channel to watch that type of thing, but when you're when you're setting up your stuff, you can't like open up a page that looks just like the draft, so you can kind of just have to guess like where to put the camera and stuff. So I was pretty close, but I'll have to change things a little bit later. Definitely another Starform hybrid. All of my 2-drops are incredible. I don't really even need more 2-drops, so I can just focus on filling out the rest of my curve, getting removal spells and the like. I'm definitely taking Titanic Brawl here. I don't really need a Gore Clan Wrecker. I already have 2 4-drops that are much better, and 4-drops are diminishing in returns. Same with 2-drops. I already have 4 good 2-drops. I don't even need to take a Gravelhide Goblin. So I'm just going to take the Titanic Brawl here. It works really nicely if I can like adapt a Sorrowform hybrid and use this for 1 mana on the same turn if I get to 7 mana, or I can go like Rentorn and use it for 1 mana, or Frenzied Airings and use it for 1 mana. It's just a pretty flexible card. I think Gruul Locket actually does have a really nice home in this deck because of the number of expensive cards I have. And now another Frenzied Airings. This deck is really coming together. For people that say you can only get a broken deck on MTG Arena, they have a lot to learn. Definitely just taking Frenzied Airings. It's way better than Tin Street Dodger. I don't actually like Tin Street Dodger in any deck. Just the fact that you have to pay mana to make it unblockable is really bad. And it's not really a great Spectacle Enabler even. Spike Wheel Acrobat's pretty bad as well. Just as long as you're playing all good cards, your deck is going to perform very well. That's my 2 cents. I know that might seem obvious, but now we get a Sagittarius Volley for the sideboard. There's really nothing else for us. Cavalcade of Calamity is unplayable. It really doesn't do anything. Even in a deck all out on Goblin Gathering, you'd much rather have Burn Bright because this actually lets your creatures trade rather than just chump attacking to deal 1 damage. This will get all of your creatures in for at least 3 damage, which is really nice. If it also made the creatures with power 1 or less unblockable, then that would be really good, but it doesn't. Because, I mean, there are some effects in red that give creatures with, like, low power unblockable. So that might have been a nice addition to that card. Here, we can get another Titanic Brawl, or we could take an Axebane Beast. We already have 3 4-drops. We don't really need the Pinecone. I do think the Pinecone is better than you think it is. Sometimes you just need a body on 4 mana, but Titanic Brawl is going to be great in this deck, especially now that we got the second Frenzied Airings. And maybe I want to play 2 Gruul Lockets. I don't think so, but I'm not going to be playing Slimebind in this deck. I'm not going to be siding in Screaming Shield, so we'll take it. And now Steeple Creeper did come back. I think I will play it just as a 3-mana 4/2. I already have a couple Mammoth Spiders, so I don't need one of those. And maybe if I get a Flames of the Raised Boar in the last pack or something like that. It also works nicely with Amplifier. It's just nice to have a 3-drop that actually has power and toughness. Enables me to go like Growth Chamber Guardian into Steeple Creeper into Frenzied Airings into like Rampage Rendhorn. This deck is pretty nice. This is pretty much exactly what I want my Gruul decks to look like. We'll take a Footlight Fiend, I guess. Sorry, I'm just messing with stuff. No. Shoot. Okay, now we get a Girl Guild Gate. Pretty nice. We have so many gates for a Magic Online deck. Sorry, I'm drifting. And a Gorkline Wrecker. Boom. You got some nice behind the scenes action, folks. That is how you set up your stream if you're ever streaming yourself. You like, and I am, and then you can check if it's centered by like, that's not how you check if it's centered. If it's like that, kind of like the red squares. Well, we got a Wrecking Beast. I'm not sure if we will play it, but sometimes you want a top end guy like that. And if we play both Gross Relockets, maybe it would be nice to have a nice 7-drop. It's also really good with Amplifier. Okay, Consigned to the Pit. Probably shouldn't be going last. It's a fine card. I know there was like Ill-Gotten Inheritances, and I'd almost always take Consigned to the Pit over Ill-Gotten Inheritance. So this deck's pretty good. I mean, yeah, if we open a Gatebreaker Ram, that would be unbelievable. We would have 5 gates. Gates Ablaze would also be pretty decent. Because again, we'd have 5 gates. And even though like we're in a deck that can kill its own creatures. Oh my god. Of course. We open one of the most busted rares in the set and we can't play it. Feels bad, man. Well, I guess it's time for Rampaging Rentorn. Dang, that's unfortunate. That makes me sad. Ethereal Absolution is a stone cold bomb, and if we were any of these colors, like if we were black or white, unfortunately, our options in this draft were we were either going to be Simic or Groll, so we were never going to be in Ethereal Absolution range, but we're sending somebody a gift. Maybe so the person to our right will send us a gift. I don't think Tower Defense is very good. The fact that it doesn't buff power just really hurts you a lot of the time. It would be kind of cool to build a high alert Tower Defense deck, but I think we're just going to take the Rentorn, be pretty happy we can replace the Mammoth Spider now. Our deck really doesn't need all that much help from pack 3. Yeah. This has not been the highest quality. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. It's tricky. It's more of a calibration type draft, I guess. Yeah. And now, oh my gosh. This is so sad. What did we do to deserve such a fate? The only cards in our colors are Feral Maka and Storm Strike. I guess we'll take Storm Strike. We don't have a combat trick, and a lot of our creatures have high power. But, geez, that feels bad. Holy smokes. Getting absolutely dominated in pack 3. Okay, display. Let's see, the preview pane. Okay, now that our bottom window's bigger, we can make the preview pane bigger. I'm already doing stuff with my game computer. Trying to tell me how to broadcast my game. Why is it the lower left corner that it has adjustable? That's so annoying. Oh well. Jeez. Okay, hopefully we get a... Oh, nope, never mind. We don't get anything in this pack. Jesus! This is brutal! Oh, we don't need a 4th Gruul Guild Gate. We don't have any cards that care about gates. Well, guess we'll take Gorkline Wrecker. We don't really need a Spike Wheel Acrobat. Incubation's not really good in this deck. Yeah, I guess it's Gorkline Wrecker, but... I mean, another Sorrowform Hybrid's nice. I'm hyped about that. Daggercaster's fine, but it's not as good as Sorrowform Hybrid, in my opinion. You just like to have 2-drops. I have 4 Sorrowform Hybrids now. So that's just going to be a beating for any opponent. We'll use this time to get this all set up. Okay. What the heck? Well, yeah. fits is the most intricate. Oh, we were so close. It was almost a perfect fit. It's not the perfect fit, but it's close enough. Get that Sorrowful Hybrid into the deck. Okay, yeah, it fits fine enough. Okay. Well, Solana Wayfinder is a nice 2-drop. We already have 5 good 2-drops, but a 6th 2-drop is never that out of place. That being said, we could just take a Burning Tree Vandal. We really need 3 drops, which is funny to say because usually you have a lot of 3 drops. But Burning Tree Vandal is a really nice one, especially for this type of deck because it'll help us curve out easily. And we don't really need a 2-drop, so we're just going to take the Burning Tree Vandal. So 3 mana, 3/2 helps us find our stuff we need. Can pitch extra lands or find extra lands. And now we'll take a Rebel Slinger. Probably just only going to use this as a sideboard card, but it is a pretty effective sideboard card against Flyers decks. We could take a second Sagittarius Volley. We don't need another 2-drop, so we don't need the Gravelhide. Don't need another 4-drop. Or we could take another Titanic Brawl. We already have 3 pieces of removal. I think we want to focus mostly on creatures. So I think we're just going to take the Sagittarius Volley because we do kind of struggle against Flyers here. Wow! All of the good cards in one pack, the classic. So Clamor Shaman's a card that I've really wanted to try out for a long time. I haven't gotten to play with this card yet, which is weird. I feel like it's not the greatest, but still, I kind of want to try it. But Savage Smash is just too good to pass up. It's just such a good fight spell. Really, I mean, all of our creatures are huge anyway, so we're just going to take the Savage Smash, be very happy with that, and then just have a pretty solid deck. If this was our 23, we would be in pretty good shape, and I think we might pick up 1 or 2 upgrades. You never know. Unfortunate that we didn't really get a great pack 3, but we'll take Scrabbling Claws. Maybe our opponent. We play the guy that has the Ethereal Absolution, and we need to exile all graveyards real quick. Another Mammoth Spider is nice. Maybe we want the. I don't think we want the Spike Wheel. We'll just take the Mammoth Spider for if we play against the Flyers deck. We'll have a really nice sideboard plan. Okay, we'll take this guy. We got a Spike Wheel anyway. I knew we could do it. My dreams are coming true. Jeez. Well, that was a rough pack 3, folks, I will say. But we got a couple of goodies. Yup. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. So I guess you could say, don't judge the draft video by the constant editing and behind the scenes action, but by the fact that the next video will not have all of those things, I guess. Wow. Okay. Just gonna zoom in so you can actually see my cards. Okay. So this deck has 23 cards. The question is, do we want to cut a Groll Locket for a Rebel Slinger? We only have 2 3-drops. Let's group break creatures. I think we do. Let's play the foil one. Actually, let's play the non-foil one. It's just strictly better to play the non-foil one, because now if we play it in game 1 and game 2, our opponent won't know, like, whereas whether we have 1 or 2 of them. And then we're playing these 3 Guild Gates. Even in your 2 color decks, you want mana consistency, because we do have like double red cards and a red-green card and stuff like that. And then more green cards than red cards. So of our 14 lands, we'll run 8, 6. And we're going to save this deck. I think it's quite strong. Yeah, it's a pretty good deck. Got a lot of power level in it. Maybe we already have 1 Mammoth Spider, so this is just a good curve and stuff like that. And I hope you'll stay with me for the matches. Hello, and welcome to round 1. We won the die roll because that's what champions do. And we have a very good hand. 2-drop into 3-drop into 5-drop. potentially a good beatdown draw. I actually know Sweeks, I think, or I've seen him in stream chats or something. I don't actually like know him as a person, but I think he might be in. No, I don't know enough about him, but I've definitely seen the name before. Ooh. Get that Sorrowform Hybrid down. Ooh, playing against Rakdos. Okay. We'll trade if he attacks. Let's just pass and play our Growl Locket. And then we'll trade if he offers it. Because now we can play our 5-drops. We can go 5-drop into Adapt or something like that. But we're definitely fine trading here. I'll just make the triggers box as big as possible. Because we would ideally be able to block him this turn, because that would shut down Blade Juggler on curve, which is really bad for us. And really good for him. Kind of funny how that works out. Okay, Grotesque Demise. That's fine. He didn't save it to use in response to us adapting, and he doesn't have a creature this turn, which is good for us, because we're just going to start jamming creatures. Going to play our biggest creature first. He doesn't have access to get the point right now. Also, important to note is this guy's going to attack next turn, and then we'll just play this guy as a follow-up, or maybe 2 3-drops, it depends. But Plague White. We want to get our high power guy into play first. Okay. We don't want to use our Savage Smash, but we will at some point go Steeple Creeper into Savage Smash on a turn, which is nice for us. We'll hit him for 5. And then there's like some consideration to holding back, but I don't really follow that line of logic. And we'll keep this, there's no discard effect, so we'll just play this. We want to stay at a relatively high life total because the Fireblade Artist can start throwing creatures at us. Okay. Okay. So every creature he sacrifices does 3 now. So let's kill the Vindictive Vampire. We'll fight it with that guy. Attack in for 7. That works. We are going to play our land here because we want to be able to sacrifice our Growl Locket and still play a creature next turn. Our opponent has all spells in hand, but we have a much bigger board. We have a couple of 5. We have a 5/5 and a 3/5, which he can't really deal with as easily. And we're at a high life total. Okay, Spawn of Mayhem. The fact that that's going to deal damage to both players is fine for us. Oh my gosh, that was a disgusting draw. Yeah. I think we're just going to target all of our guys. This will make this into a 4 toughness creature. Yeah, this is going to be disgusting. Sorry, buddy. 4, 6, 8. We're just attacking with everything here. And he is on a 4-turn clock from his own guy. So he'll have to start attacking us, which means he won't have blockers, and all of our creatures are lethal. And they can all attack past a 5/5 anyway. Sure. Where is he going to scry? He put the card on top. So maybe it's another removal spell, but we could just draw. Oh yeah. That's not fair. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm so sorry. Oh, that was wrong. What we just did to this guy was wrong. Oh man, that was dirty. We did him so dirty. Okay. So we know he has the 4/4 flyer that can kind of grow out of range of Sagittarius Volley. But he probably doesn't have any other flyers because Black-Red doesn't really have flyers. So I think we'll just have to try and save removal spells for it. Do we want a Mammoth Spider? I mean, our deck performed really well there. We don't really want another Gore Clan Wrecker, I don't think. Rebel Slinger could do work chump blocking. I think we were going to be fine. That was a pretty disgusting game, all said and done. I can't believe it. That was so wrong what we did to him. We're going to keep. We can go Growth Chamber Guardian on turn 2. Wow, this is a good hand. And then we can threaten to turn it into a 4/4 if he doesn't have Grotesque Demise up. Our deck is really good. Like these are all early plays that are just really good. Yeah, he just does it right away. That makes sense. Doesn't want to even give me a chance to trade, which is interesting. We're just going to play the Rebel Slinger here because it's the most mana efficient, and then next turn we'll just play both Sorrowform hybrids. And we have the mana to adapt them, so we don't really want to trade them, but we might have to. Considering that we know he has multiple 2-mana 2/2s, we don't really want to trade these off, but I think we're going to. Because otherwise we'll take like 6 damage from this. And we know he has multiple ways of punishing you for that type of play. For just leaving guys in play. Yeah, Fireblade Artist was the card. So we'll just play the Frenzied Pharynx with a counter on it, and that way it can shut down both of his guys. Unless he has to get to the point. But then next turn we'll play both our Sorrowforms, and then we'll start adapting those. He only has 2 cards in hand, so he has to have land get to the point. Or get the point, whatever it's called. Get to the point, man! Acrobat, sure. As long as he's not attacking me this turn, I'm pretty fine. I'll just trade with Acrobat next turn. This is unfair. Our deck is too good. We have the 6th land. I don't even know if it's worth playing the next hybrid. We should just be adapting every turn, probably. Ugh. Better lucky than good any day, I'll say. That's not true. I think being good is fun. Yep. We just don't want to take too much damage. Roustabout. We're going to adapt now so that he can't Grotesque Demise us. And then next turn we'll adapt the other one. Sure. And we'll keep the land for the Burning Tree Vandal to discard to that. And then next turn we will start attacking. Wow, he's sacking a creature. That's really good for me because even though he's dealing me 3 damage, he has to do that 5 more times, and I'm also just hitting him for 12 damage, and that's 1 less jump blocker. Sure. He's going to get rid of the Sorrowform hybrid. Almost assuredly. Yep. Blade Juggler, sure. That's a good one. Let's just hit him for 12. Do we want to just hit him for 6? No, we'll hit him for 12. He has 3, 6, 8, 10 power, 11 power if he kills something. And I have like a fight spell to kill it if he attacks all out. And we have a blocker, so not feeling too worried here. I do want to finish this game. Wow, he sacrificed the Roustabout. That's so weird. I only have 1 blocker. The Roustabout can attack. Okay. We're not going to use the Titanic Brawl into removal. Maybe we were supposed to do it before he drew or on his upkeep or something, but... So I'm taking 2 more damage here. I go to 10. So he doesn't have a removal spell. Boom! We won the match. That was not particularly close. Our deck is disgusting, and hopefully we can do that in the next matches. See you then. Hello, everybody, and welcome to round 2 with our overpowered Gruul deck. For anyone that says any guild is unplayable, just look at like this example of a Gruul deck. Because some people hate on Gruul. This is an easy keep. This is why running gates is important even in your 2-color deck. Looks like a mirror match. I'm feeling confident in any mirror match that my deck is a little bit better, at the very least. Oh, man. I already have 2 Sorrowform hybrids, a Skewer, and a Savage Smash in my opening hand. That's a Gravelhide Goblin. Sad day. I'm going to have to make a trade. Because that's what 2-drops do. They trade with each other. And I already do have a backup. So we're just going to trade these off. We don't really want to have to use a Skewer the Critics on his Gravelhide Goblin anyway. And then next turn we will... There's some thoughts where we take a hit here and then attack back, Skewer plus Sorrowform, but that's just not very likely. Oh my goodness, that is a very bold Gravelhide. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, here we're clearly just going to Steeple Creeper. It's the most mana efficient play. Hopefully we can get this amplifier down. I think it's correct to trade with this thing probably. We don't want to take too much damage here. though at the same time we're only taking 2 and we're hitting back for 4, so maybe it is correct to take it. Yeah, I changed my mind. Also, now we can potentially Savage Smash stuff. And now we can block a Frenzied Erranks with it. Let's get that down and that down. I wish I could have just killed the Frenzied Erranks that turn, but you don't always get what you want. I'm so afraid of Flames of the Raised Boar, it's not even funny. Okay, he skewered me. Skewered! Ach! What's our plan for killing that? We're going to 2-for-1 ourselves either way. And if he has a combat trick, we can't beat it either way. So sadly, we're going to have to give up our 2 Sorrowful Hybrids. I think our deck's just better enough, then we'll be fine. We also don't have the lands to adapt those anytime soon. So we just kind of have to treat them as 2-mana 2/2s. Yep, we'll take the Gravelhide hit. He's pumping, that's good for me. Hopefully we draw a red source here. Okay, so we are going to attack, skewer his guy. And then hopefully, I mean, we don't want to use our Savage Smash because we want to save that for if he plays like a Rentorn or something, or another, or his own Frenzied Erranks. Oh, he's got black mana. Interesting. Acrobat, eh? Well, now we can kill that. We'll attack first. We're fine if he like trades with it, because then we can just play our Rentorn. And also we're still getting in some damage here. If he gives it +2/-2, we'll still get in for 3. And we want to save our Savage Smash in case he has like a removal spell. Now we'll just play our guaranteed 5/5. Actually, we'll play our Amplifier. The reason I'm playing the Amplifier is because Amplifier gets needs to be in play for a turn before it does anything, and this is a really good opportunity to get it into play where it'll be relevant. Okay, so he's killing it right now. Good to know. I'm relatively glad that I didn't wait on the other card, because like now I could have used my Savage Smash with it and stuff like that, and now it's like an actual threat. Amplifier would have been big. I'm sad. I'm so sad my opponent killed my Amplifier. We'll get the Rentorn down, and we can either put him to 9. I'm just going to get a counter. He could have his own big creatures. He could have his own Rentorns, and I just want to have a big creature. He could have a Wrecking Beast. He could have a Gatebreaker Ram. Yeah, get destroyed. And we'll hit him for 7. And then next turn we can Biogenic Upgrade to kill him. Or we can just play Rebel Slinger if we don't hit a land. So yeah, this is one of those games where we know that we're going to win if the game goes long because our deck is just so much better. Like his deck's fine. Like he's got this card, which is good. That Rebels, okay. Savage Smash. He's got a pretty good deck, but not as good as my deck. Hopefully we can get this biogenic upgrade into play. Well, if we can't get a biogenic upgrade into play, that's a fine substitute. Now we can play 2 creatures for when we inevitably draw the land that gets our biogenic upgrade turned on. And also we can put 4 counters on that, make it lethal. So now we can cast any card in our deck except a Wrecking Beast. He only can cast this one spell, presumably. Oh, he has more. Okay. That's fine. Titanic Brawl was a good draw. This is why we wanted our 5/5. Imagine if this had been a 4/4. Okay, begin sideboarding. So we know a lot of his deck. He's got a pretty grindy deck. No flyers, so we don't care about those. We don't really need Rebel Slinger. I guess, yeah, the Rebel Slinger doesn't match up particularly well. I'd probably just rather have the Gore Clan Wrecker. I already have one Gore Clan Wrecker in the deck. This card just seems a little bit small. We'll cut it for a Mammoth Spider. But it doesn't block like a lot of his creatures, even. Okay, this is a fine hand. On the draw, we have a 2-drop. We got all our colors. And we got a removal spell. That made the hand 10 times better. But, I mean, in limited, mulliganing is really, really bad for you. And so you try to avoid it when you can. And that's one of the benefits of Sorrowful Hybrid being a good card. Like, early, late. If we need to just save it to use our mana on it, then that's fine. That's another good reason why the Burning Tree thing is pretty good. Wow, we drew on 2 pretty good cards for this situation that we found ourselves in. Here, since we are light on resources, we don't really want to have to use our, like, trade these. We don't want to use our Savage Smash on something like this either. We'll just play our Steeple Creeper out. Not going to attack. He's got his own amplifier. Well, we'll definitely Savage Smash that while we have the chance. I mean, Titanic Brawl that while we have the chance. And we don't want to trade our 4/2 for his 2/1. Do we? No, there's no way. Yep, we'll pass. They're probably going to end up trading off anyway at some point, but sure, we'll just take it. That was another good draw. We'll just trade these off, I think, now. Shoot, he's got to get the point. Dang. We're definitely doing this now because we have a lot of Sar forms and stuff, and growth chambers, etc., etc. So next turn we can adapt, Savage Smash, kill this 5/5. We'll be at 8, and then we'll have the ability to Titanic Brawl as well, maybe on the following turn, on like my opponent's turn. Sure. And I do have 6 lands in play, so I have enough for my strategy. Well, that's not good. Well, we lost that game. That was a shock. Jeez. We could have probably played that a little bit better, but oh well. Let's just run it back. Hope for a little bit better fortune. We'll keep this hand. We have a lot of green sources. This is just, we have a Grow Locket to cast our spells starting on turn 3. We should have traded the 4/2. It would have saved us a decent amount of damage. If we traded a little bit earlier, it would have worked out better. And we hit the forest on curve, which was another upside of the hand. We'll probably adapt this on turn 3 to play around Skewer and just start beating down. One thing you can do is if you like scry a card that you'll want later in the game to the bottom, you can like activate this and then search, fail to find, that type of thing. It can be effective. So here our 4-powered 2-drop is just going to take over the game. Who would have thought? I might be too conservative with my Savage Smashes. Storm Strike was an excellent draw. And we can just kill him if we draw a land to play Biogenic Upgrade, put 3 counters. That'll give him 5 counters, and then it'll double the number, so that'll give him 12 power. Hopefully we just kill him here. That'd be nice. Give me land. We'll just give this haste. So now we have 2 lethal attackers next turn. That was a fine substitute for a land. Little does my opponent know that he missed getting turn 5 lethaled in limited. Zerta, a goblin. Yes, we win the match. We were going to be able to kill him even if he had 2 creatures, but feels good anyway. Well, we're on to the finals. Our deck is awesome, and I hope you stay with me. Friends, we have made it to the finals. And in the finals, the victors shall be good. Okay. We're definitely mulliganing this. Our opponent mulliganed. We have a strong deck. We have to mulligan to 5, unfortunately. But our opponent's on a mull to 6, so we could still get there, and we'll keep this hand. We have some lands, which is nice. Always a good sign, and then we will bottom that, because we just want strong cards that can get us back into the game in terms of value, like Sorrowful Hybrids, things like that. I mean, and our opponent did mulligan, so we're not down too many cards. Territorial Boar is not a good one. So we might have to skewer his 3-drop. Hopefully it's skewerable. I'm not going to skewer his Territorial Boar. I'll just take my licks. We'll have to skewer that probably. This way we just don't take too much damage. Otherwise we're taking 5 here, and then if he has a removal spell for Arinx, we just lose. Okay, he has Arinx. Now we just really have to pray. Holy smokes. Now we're just like, oh, please don't have removal. Please don't have removal. Please don't have removal. My man, I know that you love having removal. Oh, no, this is so bad. Oh, this is not how you want to lose games of limited. Oh, the classic. I'm going to have to trade these. Oh, end me. Savage Smash? You've got to be kidding me. Wow. Well, you lose games where you mulligan to 5. That's the moral of the story. But also, 2 Titanic Brawls is our 2 other. Well, that was a quick game. We'll have to battle back and find some success in the later games. We're going to cut the Rubble Slinger because you don't really want that in the matchup, and we were going to add the Mammoth Spider, just big enough this guy. We would like to play first. We'll keep this hand. It's not the greatest. Our deck is falling apart on us in the finals, which is not what you like to see, but we have like 4 Sorrowful hybrids, which would be great draws. That was a good draw. I like that one. I like it. Being able to get your creatures into play first so your Savage Smashes are turned on is really important, but we have not been able to play a creature yet. I think we've played 1 spell this entire thing. Oh man, Burning Tree Vandal, eh? With haste. He's looking for lands. He's on the rampage. On the land search. Or maybe he has too many lands. Either way, our Gore Clan Wrecker is a 3/3. He's going to get him. Oh, interesting. And this is good because now he can't Savage Smash our Gore Clan Wrecker away without his guy dying as well. So that would be good for us. If he plays Frenzied Airings, we're definitely Savage Smashing it. This is sketchy. Do we block here? I think we do. If he uses a combat trick to save this guy, then that's fine for us. Obviously, we'd prefer him not to have a Gift of Strength or a Colossus or something, but... Hey! Daggercaster. Oh, Airings. Yes! Oh, the blocking pays off. Okay, well, he clearly has a combat trick of some kind. Which is why he wanted to use it to save the Airings, but... Can't always choose your battles like that. Whew. I think he's a little bit light on lands. That's the vibe I'm getting. We're not going to use our kill spell on that. We'll just play our Mammoth Spider. Better to just get more stuff into play, and now maybe we can finish him off with a Wrecking Beast. Okay. Come on, Wrecking Beast. He's mana screwed here. We're just going to get him with the Gore Clan Wrecker. Because then next turn, our Wrecking Beast will be lethal pretty much. And he'll have to have another creature, and... So if he attacks us here, which he probably will because it's a menace creature, why wouldn't you? Then we just win. No, we don't just win. Shoot. Well, at least he has to chump block. Haste. So he has to jump block. He'll go to 1, and then even this can't single block this. He'll have to have a lot of creatures not to die here. Yes. Okay, on the draw, we're going to bring in this second Gruul Locket secret tech, and we're going to cut a Titanic Brawl. His creatures are also big. It's been pretty bad so far. We just want to get our guys into play faster than he can, especially our 5-drops, now that we have so many of them. Moment of truth, folks. Maybe this guy's going to have the mulligan to Oblivion. Ah, oh, jinxed ourselves. Okay, we have a keeper. We're going to put that on top. Maybe we can out-race him or something. With our sweet 2-drop into 3-drop into Titanic Brawl, your 1-powered 4-drop. Maybe he'll play Amplifier. Yeah, Titanic Brawl is really not good in this matchup. I probably should have cut both. That was good. We want lands. We can't play our Amplifier right now, but that's okay. So it would be really sad to lose with this deck in the finals, considering how dominant we've been. We'll offer the trade. 2-2 for 3-2. We'll trade these off, though, if he does attack. He doesn't discard a single card. Oh, dear God. That is not what you like to see. He didn't discard a single card. Oh no. Savage Smash. If we can get Mammoth Spider into Biogenic Upgrade, put 6 counters on it, that might be good enough. Okay, our Mammoth Spider will go equal to his Mammoth Spider. And it can block this Rhino. Savage Smash. Yikes. This is just not fair. His deck is also disgusting. Do people just not know how to draft this set? Skewer, my guy. Oh my gosh, this is so wrong. Ah, we can't even cast it! Wow! Oh, the ultimate mana backfire. Holy smokes. Yep, we lose. Well, GG's opponent. Unfortunately, you could only beat us when we mulliganed, but such is life. Ugh. I would have liked to just not have to mulligan 2 different games, but he mulliganed the first game too. It's just, we mulliganed worse, so it was like we were mulliganed compared to him. Well, even if we'd cast Amplifier, we still lost this game, but it just feels so bad to lose like this, because, like, he just goes, like, 3-drop into... I mean, we went 2-drop, 3-drop, and he still just smashed us with his Burning Tree into this thing, I don't even know. Jeez. Well, anyway, that is going to do it for this draft video. Unfortunately, we could not get the 3-0. We definitely had the potential to get the 3-0, but our opponent's deck was also bonkers, and he had pretty good curve-outs the games he beat us, so what can you do? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys next time.